Yo, yo, what's up, Delano? Ads. Probably ads. Ooh, pay increase. What for? Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's currently 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It is what, Monday, Tuesday, yes. Pretty decent day, all things considered. I hope all of you have had a good day so far. Welcome, Delano. Nothing really else to report on. Very, very typical day. But without any further ado, we're gonna get into our warm up of the night. Very tired. I don't know why. I got good sleep. I think I'm crashing or something from like caffeine. I had boba earlier, which I don't regret. But I'm having a weird reaction to it. So yeah. But I'm in a way very glad. Cause like calm first. I'm not too sure about that one. Welcome, Kat. Welcome. False. I want to buy a bigger thing. Like, give me more buttons. I don't need them to be labeled. If that makes sense. Hey, what's up, Bear? Not true. I am number one. Well, actually, I think Rice is number one because he is the founder's badge. Because he's a sub. Yes, I skipped the ads. Good job. Good plays. To reward you, I'll play some Stardew music. I picked a really calm playlist tonight because I'm once again extremely tired. Don't know why. He has the number one beside him. Rise Glaze? You told me Rise isn't cool? These would be falsehoods. Deceptive lies. Rise is a pretty cool lad. I've decided today I want to do a bunch of Grackle studies in my free time because that one artist I put in social media share who did the Grackle persona I was talking about last night, which is just really cool. It's not totally like my thing, my style or anything, but I can appreciate just really stellar art. And all of their art is really good. I went to their website and linked it as well as their Tumblr. Anything new happened with me, Mr. Kavel? Nothing much. I'm reworking. So, Bear gave me a really good, not reality check, because that makes it sound strange, but I don't know. Bear just made me realize I probably ought to have a set in stone design for Gravel of how I want to draw this lad, because it's not a bad thing to draw a character all willy-nilly. I don't think that's horrible. But I personally would like to establish some consistency, and I feel like in order to do so, I ought to just study Grackles. I ate that art up. Heck yeah. You did an amazing job with that little critique, and because of that, I decided I should probably study Grackles a little bit more to make Gravel more Grackle-esque. Not necessarily that it's going to be like anatomically perfect, but it's kind of Gravel's kind of any bird right now. See, okay, there's these Pokemon bits in here, which I'm not hating on the Pokemon music. Okay, this is a lot of. Okay, wait, no mind. Maybe not this playlist. Oh, that, yeah, that, yes. Let me actually open up Discord because I just want to look at it. It's so good. Please look at that person's other art. Be careful with their website because it's like artistic nudity. It's just a bunch of buff dudes, so not really like no explicit nudity, but you know, really really good stuff. Especially the color. And there's so much detail and none of it gets crowded in my opinion. It's very easy to read, very nice to look at. Yes, 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 yes. I think they have like as their description like bird enthusiast. Um, but yeah. So both Bear and that artist made me realize I ought to be a bit more meticulous, a bit more intentional with Gravel. Do that character some justice. Oh yeah, I did look at the Blue Jay. I'll be picking up these Grackle studies sometime in the future. How do you manage my 50% rule? Well, welcome to the stream. First of all, Pin, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. So during the summer, I would say it's relatively easy. Okay, so to like explicitly outline the 50% rule at the beginning, especially for me, it was really difficult to get used to drawing for the sense of play because it isn't necessarily fun, which is really weird because like I want to draw because I enjoy it, but sometimes you don't necessarily enjoy it that much. And that's more of a mindset, right? You can enjoy it if you detach yourself from the outcome of your art and find joy in the process. So it doesn't really matter how pretty it is. Now, of course, we're all like egotistical beings, and we care. I care a lot about it looking pretty, but I've invested more into the process to where like it doesn't hurt me as much, which has allowed me to enjoy 50% a lot more. As for actually doing it rather than just the mindset. In college, it's a lot harder, or like when I'm in school or working, it's a lot harder than summer, because I have to like take a conscious effort out of my day to not only draw, but to draw without that fear of expectation, without that cushioning. And ways I found to work around this is probably my favorite one, which is picking a character that I like. At first, it was V1 from the video game Ultra Kill, and then it was the characters from the video game Outer Wilds, and then I made my own little character named Gravel, and being able to have kind of like a base character, which you know how they work, that you can throw them in different scenarios, make little comics of them and stuff like that, made it a lot more approachable and less scary for me. Because the 50% rule says no references because it tries to, or not explicitly no references, but it tries to stop you from doing a direct study, like copying something onto your page. We want you to be, flexible, have fun with it, play around, or not necessarily have fun with it, but play around. We have to be careful with the word fun when it comes to 50%. And just explore, experiment, right? You're not necessarily attached to the outcome. And so picking a character, picking a subject that you're legitimately interested in, and if you're not, get the ball rolling with some prompts. Prompts really encourage you to break out of your comfort zone. and get creative. And even with prompts, then you're not necessarily that attached to the subject emotionally. So if you draw it incorrectly or it looks quote unquote ugly, then you won't be as hurt by it. Next is I see a lot of people like rigorously like being, okay, I drew for an hour today, so exactly 30 minutes tomorrow. Don't stress that much about it. I mean, of course, you want to be drawing 50% or more of the time you spend studying, but don't like, attach a stressful, frictionist chore ideology to it, right? Which is hard to do because, you want to make sure you're getting that in. Another thing is draw from life. Draw from people and things that you see, twist them, warp them. Comics are a really fun way for me to express myself in 50% because it's like something happens in the real world and I can turn it into this like comedic, funny thing. Or this like short commentary on something. And so I'm not necessarily focused on the fidelity of the art, but more so just conveying an idea. Yep, this is getting clipped to the YouTube channel. There, you predicted that last night. Holy. But yeah, so to summarize, picking a character that you like, or a subject that you like. And then, so for me, that was Gravel, V1, and the Outer Wilds characters. Don't be so stressful, or don't associate stress with the timing needed. You'll become a wonderful artist and a successful artist if you just do. Okay, don't you will have to time yourself. Maybe, I'm not sure, but don't make it this do or die scenario. And then finally, find a medium or a style of that expression that you like. For me, it was comics, but it could be like anime posters or like cool interactive poses. Or even like art fight attacks. I'm not sure if the art fight counts as 50%. Don't quote me on that, but so yeah, those are the big three things for me. Oh, and the first one was shift your mindset. Yeah, so 4. Before you even start, shift your mindset to realize it's not about making pretty pictures. Honestly, part of me feels like that's kind of impossible though. Like I will always, if I draw something I deem ugly, I will always be a little bit butthurt about it. I'm not sure if I'll ever completely separate myself from that. I'll try. Man, I took a speech class. And I was really hoping it would make me better at like YouTubing and stuff, but I feel like kind of done. I'm just the same. It made me better at reading scripts without stuttering, but oh yo, wow, that was rough. Yipes. That was solid. Thank you. One day we'll be as professional and succinct as PCAT. Without pausing. I feel like I need to pause. I need to take a breath. It's a good. I think my worst speaking habit is one. Sometimes when I listen to people, because listening is just as important as speaking, is I listen with the intent to respond to them. When sometimes you just have to listen to people with the intent of understanding them. It's very easy to be like, oh, they said this, so I'm going to say this next. Instead of, they said this, what does it mean? And 2 is the rate at I'm just a naturally fast speaker, and so pausing and like thinking about what I just said and what the next thing I should say is pretty important. These moments make me want to stream just so I have an excuse to talk. That's like the ultimate best part about streaming is even if people aren't watching, you just get like a reason to talk for a solid hour or more, right? Gets you a lot better at that. However, the poison behind it is like it's me talk. I like this. I did this. I want you to do this. Which it's probably where the streamer ego comes from. All of us are poisoned with. I'm gonna draw. Good luck with your stuff, of course. Thank you for stopping by, Delano. I'm still up in the air if I want to stream me working on the lesson 3 video. Uh, because like I can make a separate profile on my computer, but I'm not sure if I want that. Like, that's something I should stream. Because if I need accountability, I'll just find other methods of that. Wow, that was a jump scare. Was that necessary, disaster piece? I wanted to not talk about this, but since I'm an egotistical streamer, I'm going to talk about this. Everybody, it has been a passion of mine to either make or find an app that gets nutritional goals, and then it makes you a shopping list and syncs with nearby restaurants or not restaurant, like shopping places like Walmart or whatever, and gets you like deals there. And it makes an entire weekly meal plan that tracks your calories, macros, goals, and has tutorials on how to make it. And you can like be like, okay, I want this kind of food. I don't like this kind of food. Fast meal prep or stuff like that. I found a couple of apps, and I narrowed it down to 3. Plan to Eat, I think that's the name of it. This was my like lower of the 3. Mealime, Mealime, and this is the one I ended up installing, and I forgot the name. Eat This Much. Eat This Much has its pro version is $5 a month, and you can only plan 1 meal a day without it. So you can do the weekly meal planner if you get the pro. And Mealime, which has been around longer and a lot of people like, but you can only plan meals for 2, 3, or 2, 6, or 2, 4, 6 servings, something like that. So it's more like a family or couples-oriented meal planning service. It has really good how-to directions, but Eat This Much I picked because you can do 1 serving, and it's very focused on like macros and stuff. Watching you do boxes makes me realize that I need to spend more time in my boxes in 250. Take as much time as you think you need to. But yeah, I'm a notoriously slow drawer, especially because I'm also talking. But yeah, a little bit more time thinking about the box, where the VPs are, double checking, triple checking. Is never a terrible idea. The box isn't going anywhere. Okay, so that dot's good. I just need to sync these together. So it's probably going to be like more like that. Yeah. And wait until you see pin. Our cylinders take like an hour to do. Once again, this is not like the normal. I'm not going to say I'm above or below the average time it takes to do a cylinder. But yeah, we take our time with those. Don't let anything I do here influence you in a negative light, I guess. Like, always check up. Feel free to go into Lieutenant General or Major General and ask, hey, this streamer did this. Is this an okay practice? Oh, yikes. See, overshooting my lines because I'm a weirdo. I thought since I'm super tired tonight that, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Should have gone out. That my line work would be solid, but that is not the case. Yipes. But yeah, so I've been looking for an app to help me meal plan, and I want to be much better this semester about planning my meals. I want a permanent solution. I want like something to use for the rest of my life to make meal plans and stuff like that, and to get me used to cooking on my own, not just eating the same thing every night, and to spend less and eat less junk fast food. So I'm hoping Eat This Much provides that. We'll see. I'm spending $50 for the yearly plan, because I feel like that $50 would be paid for by me eating at fast food less. It's just, I hear the hardest thing about meal planning apps like these is consistency. It's very tempting to have like a bad day and be like, screw it, I'm not making food. Which I get. But if we make cooking fun and relaxing and don't see it as a chore, then I feel like that's the secret. Easier said than done though, so we'll see how consistent I am. The reason why I like Meal Lime is they have like a step-by-step instruction for all of their recipes. And you can make it like set timers, and it's like, okay, next step, cut exactly this much and saute it or whatever. I mean, that's awesome. That's I wouldn't necessarily call myself a horrible cook. Definitely not like great. But I always hate when I'm not given thorough cooking times or amounts. Especially people, guys, if you're one of those people making short form cooking content, cool. Put those ingredients in the description. I am not like hunting you down to make this. You have like a cauliflower bowl that you're not telling me how much, chicken to cut? Okay, cool. Like stop making me guess how much paprika I need to throw in this thing. Garlic salt, I'll go a little crazy. I always go a little bit over on the garlic salt. Don't tell anybody. I'm debating what medium I do my bird studies in, because it's tempting to go fine liner. I think I should do an ink medium, a very high consequence medium. This is a personal take. I like high consequence mediums for studies because I have to really think through what I'm about to make on the page, and even if I make a mistake, I'll be able to like discern why that's wrong, because I feel like I'm very prone to erase, try again, instead of like it going wrong, me finishing the rest of it, and then figuring out why it wasn't correct. It slows me down a lot. And while very painful at times, it helps me dissect. It's also an issue though, because I'm going to be studying grackles, but that doesn't necessarily make me good at character design. So will I have maybe a possibly slightly anatomically correct character? Yeah. Will it be a well-designed character? Not necessarily, no. Ooh, that was nice. Came back, was doing chores in the background. Gotcha. How's your day going so far, Kat? I feel like I already asked this, but get any drawing in? Also saw that you got to see that really cool scene from Whole Cake. There's some really fun stuff coming. Like to that degree, Kat, you're gonna see some really cool stuff. Get hyped. Oof, that was bad. Yikes. You know what? I want some like No Man's Sky calm music. That'd be rad. Funny guess, didn't draw for 2 days now. Paper scares me. Whoa, paper scares you. Have you been able to, and you could, saying no is a completely valid answer. Have you pinpointed why you're scared of paper as of recent? Once again, totally fine to be like, I don't know. Or to be like, I don't want to share that, which is also perfectly acceptable. Oof. I need to slow down. Not necessarily with my ghosting, but with the angle of my paper. I'm being too quick to do stuff. Because I haven't been enjoying drawing lately. Ah, gotcha. What do you do when you don't enjoy drawing? Do you just take a break for a while and come back to it? I'm gonna remove all the Mass Effect music from this playlist. It just does not fit the vibe whatsoever. Oh. Put the pencil down and look at art on Discord. Gotcha, gotcha. Have you been able to pinpoint why you're getting upset with your art? Other than it looks bad? Or, similar thoughts? Another string of ellipses because I feel like it. I feel like my older drawings are much better than what I make right now. Don't make me pull up the graph. That's like a pure symptom of the graph. What makes them better? Can't really explain it. That's totally fine. Nice. Cool. Okay, successful warm up. So, everybody, we are going to do 2 minutes of ads on BRB, just the usual, to get rid of pre rolls for the remainder of the stream. Then we're going, this is a good time to like stretch, relax for a second, get some water, breathe, kind of chill out for a second. And then we're going to do our 225th cylinder and probably the quote unquote corrections for the remainder of the page. And yeah, so be right back. About 30 seconds left. Wait, did I download something? Oh yeah, the Pinterest thing that I got. This song appeared so much. I don't know why I'm being salty about it, but I'm skipping it. It weirdly pops up, and I don't know why. I think it's because I started a couple streams with it on accident and kind of stuck. Also, like day 10, I think at this point. No, it's like day 7 or 8 from when I've ordered my pin from Muji. And they have not. They've only sent me an email saying, "Hey, sorry it's taking so long," which I'm like, cool. Where's the thing I ordered? Oh, what the heck? What is going on up? What? I just looked back at my screen. What's going on there? Whoa. What? What is happening? That's here. Okay, we'll go back here, I guess. What? Excuse me? OBS. What? That is so strange. Why is that happening? Huh. Well, I guess we lost our BRB screen. That's very strange. I don't even understand how that's happening. Wow. That is guess that's like OBS breaking. Well, who cares? Because there we go. It is time to get started with our 250 cylinders. So without any further ado, let us get started. So yep, last stream I said I wanted to do a larger one, flat. What is it? Oh my god, it's like OG Channel 5. Flat Gang, baby. That's a reference. Yeah. Why am I so EP tonight? It's leg day too. I'm gonna really need to pull it together. I can tell the days where I really don't want to work out. This happened last night. Instead of listening to like hype music or whatever, like which is really loud, go like music like I usually do, I'll just like listen to YouTube, like video. Shout out Channel 5, dude. One of my favorites. Their recent stuff is crazy. I mean, their kind of stuff has kind of, but like I do want like him to return to like the flat Earth, like keep doing what he's doing. He's reporting on very good and important subjects, but like I would like to see him revisit a flat Earth convention or like a crystal convention, or a furry like anime convention. Some of those, just like very lighthearted, non-consequential stuff. Okay. I do want to do a high degree one, but I don't think I have enough room for that. Unless we did it tall, the long way. But I want to do a flat one. None of these were particularly high degree though, so we could do a high degree one right here. Highly rotate to left. Let's do that. Oh my god, I'm tired, dude. I just like thought about making a cylinder. I was like, jeez. The only reason I'm streaming today is because I want to. Just or like I planned to before I felt this tired, and I want to. Like I'm, believe it or not, I enjoy streaming, and so I'll push through the pain. Sigh. One of my pet peeves on the internet for a while, and I don't know why this got me so irrationally angry, but it was when people would put like asterisks, sigh, asterisks. I don't know why that made me so upset, but it did. Wake up, wake up, wake up. You know? It's gonna be a really weird looking one. It's gonna be both high degree. Yeah, I can see this. I did have one of those dream or like you guys ever sleep and is the album cover for this two people making out in the back of a car? Anyways, I did have one of those like sleeps last night where you wake up and you literally forget who you are. I'm not sure if you guys have that, but I was like, it took me a solid like 10 minutes of just lying there to be like, I'm Kavel. It's like 8:21 a.m. Blah blah blah. Like, just going through it. Yeah, I go to this university. I live here. Feel like those nights is when I like died and I had to reload a save or something. In real life. I count up to 4 whenever I feel that. Does that count as like dissociation? I'm not sure because like dissociation I feel like is a fear response. This is more just so like I was so deep in REM. But yeah, I think counting up to 4 would be wise. Just giving your brain a second to like ground itself. Oh my god, the doves were cooing in the window. Like usually they don't coo whenever they eat. But I guess they were like really enjoying the food this morning. Oh, why did I choke on that? I need to calm the frick down. Nice. I feel like making my pin flatter on the table. I talked about this when I first started using the slanted disc. I felt like I had to rotate my wrist a lot more flat this way, but I think it's just I need to be like more like I'm like this, and I need to be more like this, which is weird because fine liners, you want to be like this because you know it only has like one contact point. You don't want to be drawing on the side too much. But since it's slanted, I need to get used to that angle a bit more than normal. Have you said something before? I didn't get it because I had to take care of something. I don't know if I said anything. I'm a yapper. I think it's on my hot girl summer list. I was gonna make the semantic search for streams. I'm not sure if that's a thing anymore because like I'm so actually no because I've been wanting a programming project and Mata's right for being like, hey Cav, hold off on that accountability bot, the squatability bot. Always at the worst time. You're fine. How many cylinders have you done so far? This is my 225th cylinder, marking the 75th cylinder that's composed of a box, and the 150 before that were like a line with 2 ellipses on the ends. So we're getting close, very close, closer than ever. They said it couldn't be done. No one's ever drawn 250 cylinders before, ever. And here we are. Thank you, thank you. I think lesson 6, or not lesson 6, or maybe lesson 6, but the 250 cylinder challenge is one of the lessons that in Comfy grades. So it'll be very interesting. On the bright side, I did skip the ads. Huge. Oi. Oi. I'm so caffeinated right now. It sucks. I can feel it. I can feel it like in my bones. There's like little cuts all over my hands because my kitten, dude. He's so ferocious. He sees me as whenever this cat sees me, his name's Linguini or Guino or Guini. Whenever he sees me, he thinks it's playtime. Like he'll be calm with my sister and my parents, but the moment he sees me, he's like, "Oh, this is the guy that plays with me." What's up, Bryce? Not to be TMI, but this maggot situation is crazy. There's a maggot situation. Oh no. I don't know why I just looked at Discord. I need to wake up, dude. This line was too long. It's gonna be foreshortened. Oh no. Godspeed, bear. Smite those things. I would tell a TMI maggot story, but it's so disgusting that I'm not gonna. I think I've talked about it briefly on stream before, but yeah. Do you have the professional critique? I do. I love professional critique. It's both scary but helpful. Smash them. I'm not smashing. No, I'm like boxing them and sending them outside. I will not. I don't want to think about it. Yeah, professional and community critique are both great, because community critique I feel like has the hidden superpower of you're getting to interact with your critiquers a lot more. Not that like you can't comment on your official critiques or anything, but since they're members of the community, like for example Chief Tang, who's like the coolest person ever alongside Saf, those two love critiques and love helping people in the server. So being like, I'm pretty sure I would not have passed. I would have had to do revisions for lesson 5 if it weren't for Chief. So yeah, you still technically pass. I don't want to make it seem like you don't, but yeah. I missed the old Kanye. Straight out the old. What is it? I can't remember. I miss Mickey. I hope Mickey's doing well. Mickey, I feel like I'm not seeing Dio. I haven't been lurking as much, but Dio's art, freaking Soko's art. Soko's Inktober was like probably the favorite batch of art I've ever seen. Not to like pick favorites, but this was probably my like favorite stuff to look at. Mickey's goated, Dio's goated, Soko's goated. Yeah, I haven't seen Soko art, but I also haven't been looking as much recently. But Soko's freaking awesome. Trying to think of any noteworthy figures. I mean, Canoe. Canoe's awesome. Canoe's I'm a fan of Canoe. I haven't seen that much art from Canoe as of recent. I think it's because like they picked up a different job or something. Who knows? What is it with this Cars 2 discussion in general, chat? I saw it and I was like, I'm not reading all that. Should I be concerned with myself? Or concerned with this chat, I should say. Alrighty, so let's look at this. We want to form a square in perspective. And looking at it, it seems like something's off. I feel like this line's too long, so we can shorten it by either elongating this side or shortening this side. If we wanted to shorten this side, then we would push the VP closer. Why does this always trip me up every single time? We'd push it further away so long as this one remains the same. And if we wanted to make this one longer, then this one would stay the same and we'd bring this VP closer. Community aren't sleepers. Those guys are cracked. I think you could be a sleeper and cracked. Just someone who doesn't post frequently is a sleeper. So if we brought this one in, that'd make that line too big. I can't really tell. Weirdly enough, I'm wanting to do this. I couldn't tell you why, but let's do it and see what happens. No, it's even longer. Okay, so that was not the right choice. So we're going to move this one inwards. But I want to keep the degree high, so we're going to try to figure this out. This one's like barely foreshortened though, which is okay, but we don't want to get parallel. So I think we do just ought to move it inwards. Actually, that doesn't seem too terrible. Did you win the war? Maybe too early to tell. I can imagine Bear with like the Febreze and the lighter just over her trash can. Bro, I got a new vacuum and was confused why it died so fast, but the manual says the max amount of time is 7 minutes? What? before it like gets overheated, or is it like somehow like a battery powered, like a chargeable? That's stupid. What are you gonna do in 7 minutes? Ugh. Has like a failsafe. Interesting. Proprietary freaking vacuum, man. Trying to maximize the degree here, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. That feels mighty square. That feels uber square. Even though I should be pushing it this way. Right? Yeah, because that makes it average Dyson vacuum, dude. I don't know what vacuum my roommate had, but I used that all last semester, and not a complaint from me. That Jonathan did its job. Takes 7 minutes for me to Are you the vacuum of chips, Cat? Is this what you're claiming? So if we want to move this VP further out, that means this. What if we went right there? No, I don't want to do all that. I just accepted all my tuition and grants, and that the best moment ever. Heck yeah. Getting learned, dude. Current amount due $0. Oh, hell yeah. Welcome, man. You're gonna destroy this in like a good way. That's the thing. I've used nuked interchangeably, like nuked in both like, oh, I nuked that exam. Dude, I nuked that exam. Future charges $0. Ooh. There you go, dude. My school likes to do this thing where it charges me for tuition, and then like 3 weeks later, it's like, oopsie whoopsies, we forgot. You owe us like another $500. I'm like, what? Excuse me. Now you can use your funds to buy Transformers. So true. Yeah, refund that vacuum and get like a... Dude, I'm convinced, just buy stuff from the 90s. That's before we realized, oh, we could just keep scamming people. Or like 80s. 90s was infomercials, so we're scamming already, but like... Infomercials already existed, but like... I feel stuff from the 80s, tried and true, no proprietary stuff. Shh, Cat, it's too late. I've already bought so many. Oh no. There's never enough. Don't encourage him, Cat. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I'm so tired. I don't want to skip leg day. Wink, wink, but I think I'm gonna have to skip leg day. Because I just don't think I have it in me. I'm also shifting my sleep schedule. I'm forcing myself to wake up earlier and fall asleep earlier. So I'm ready for college, but that's difficult. Why does sleeping suck, dude? Like, I don't care. I don't need to dream that much. Just let me be alive. You should look into how car companies started convincing people to buy cars that people know they can't repair. Interesting. I mean, yeah, any Mercedes. No, which it's one of the German brands. I don't think it's BMW. Is it Mercedes or Audi? I think it's Audi. Dude, okay. No, I shouldn't say this. There's a brand of car that I've had a extremely high amount of close calls and terrible driving with. I will not say the brand, but it is, and I know like it's not correlation or not causal, but damn, it may be correlational. Like, oh, my parents are huge into cars, and I by proxy am a little bit into cars, but they started telling people that they would never need to do maintenance, like oil changes and spark. What, dude? My current understanding is like German cars, so long as you consistently do your maintenance, those parts will last a very long time, and you don't want to replace them. Replacements are expensive. But with the Asian cars, they're actually this is conjecture. This is what I've heard from the grapevine. Is Asian cars are meant in a way like very replaceable parts, hot swap, very easy to repair. So you have like two different philosophies of cars. You have one where it's like it'll break, repair it, versus maintain, it'll last forever. Concerned for Bear, did the maggots take over? Did they win? F's in chat for Bear, everybody. She had a good run. May tape down. Oh, I'm not sure if Pin's still here. Pin, if you're still here, this is something that helped me with the box challenge or the cylinder challenge, and I wish I did during the box challenge. Um, invest in like a roll of washi tape if you can. I think this was like $2, maybe less. Buy the ugly stuff. The prettier washi tape is expensive. You can even find them in clearance bins. And get another paper underneath and tape it to it if your pages are curling. It's helped me so much, and like because I bump my hands or like the paper will lift, and so like my pen will move in a weird way. So I highly recommend doing what I'm about to do if you're having that issue. Also, another thing, Drawbox says any printer paper, which yeah, right. But the higher poundage paper, I use 24 pound. I used to use like really cheap like Amazon's basic paper, which is fine. But it like warped a lot faster, and so you can tell with my earlier 250 box challenge stuff. It looked weird. It looked off. Just sprayed the hell out of my can with Clorox. That's like a half of my prediction, Bear. I was imagining you were just there with the Febreze and the lighter and just like just immolating it. Be gone. Also, Bear, I have a legitimate question. How do you get so good at expressions? I want to be at that level. Like, is it just from over the years being into like cartoony-esque expressive art styles and practicing drawing those things? Because I know about your Sonic arc and stuff. Um, is it that of that vein? Oh, I bent it. Frick. Gotta like flatten it out first. Yeah, that's fine enough. This is like the ugliest washi tape, dude. Like, I've never liked this pattern for anything. Just give me a solid color. Give me solid pink. Give me solid purple or black. I'd be happy with that. Yeah, basically just consuming a lot of cartoony styles, freaking around. Heck yeah. Because yeah, I think it's one of those things that sure you can practice like intentionally with like new masters or going to art school for it, but really, it's like kind of the artists I've seen who've grown up in Newgrounds. They're so great at expressions and like animated characters, because a lot of Newgrounds predicates off that style, which I love. I love Newgrounds art or art born of Newgrounds. Hell, it was Redline, the YouTuber, not the anime or whatever. He was talking about Newgrounds nostalgia or just like internet nostalgia. He had a whole section on Newgrounds. And I didn't realize how like every big creator nowadays who are involved in animation and stuff came from Newgrounds. And that's also when I learned that Germa voice acted for a Newgrounds animation in like 2009 or something. And it's so Germa. It's a good performance by him. I'll put it in the. I think I put it in Discord, but here, let me double check. This was 2005. Here, wait. Okay, this may get loud. I'm sorry if it does. Here, I'm gonna play. You know what, guys? As a little treat, we're gonna have a little movie day. I'm only gonna play a little bit of it because I don't want to get copywritten by YouTube again. We have to be careful. But I'm gonna wheel the cart in. I'm gonna wheel the cart in with the TV. We're gonna watch a little bit of a Germa voice acting. Link. Anyone interested in finding the actual video, I will put the link in the description. On YouTube. So go check out that if you want to find the OG source. Here we are. Okay. Hopefully everything transfers correctly. Get out of here. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna test the audio. Gotta go really quiet. Okay, there we go. Okay, it seems pretty good. Kaiman. You guys ready? I'm gonna skip to the Germa part, so I don't get copyright by YouTube immediately. Here we go. This is the person voice acting Germa. Germa playing the village idiot. I can't believe you did this. Oh, and I forgot my the screen's broken. That's cool. I don't know why it's like this. I don't know what causes this. I think it's just a playback error by whatever it's called. Anyways, there we go. Very good stuff. Once again, I will here put the link in the description after the video, after the stream. Yes. So yeah, a little bit of German lore for you guys. All right, let's get back to it. "2005. You know, 20 years ago. Just as a reminder. Honestly, 2005 being 20 years ago, I can understand that. I can get behind that actually. But like 2015 being 10 years ago, that hurts more. But yeah, that had that Newground stank. You know, a character named Loki. I don't know. Like I don't know why, but Newground 2005 20 years ago, I felt old as frick. I feel young and spry, like I could take on the world. This is a lot more foreshortened than I intended. My bad. So much for taping down the page. Whenever I was using Eat This Much, the app, I was doing like a test, like, hey, generate me some breakfast. It was like doing the grossest stuff ever. One of them, I don't like tomatoes, but like, I'll have tomatoes in pico de gallo or like salsa or like smaller amounts, right? If it's like like very small cubed tomatoes, I can handle. Ketchup, I'm cool with, but like big slices of tomatoes or tomatoes themselves, yuck. Uh, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying I don't like them. And there was like one. It was like a stuffed tomato with like tuna salad stuffed tomatoes, roasted tomatoes. Hell no. What? I'd sliced tomatoes for brekkie. That one of my restaurants I go to, they do that, and I just give them all to my mom. Cause yeah, I can't do that. Respect, respect. Give me like, I don't know what a good breakfast vegetable is, even though a tomato is a fruit. Um, if it's in the morning, I need my sugars, so I want some like cantaloupe, some pineapple, some grapes, watermelon. Some fruit medley, right? They don't taste like anything. I get a weird taste and texture from them. Actually, thinking about them right now is making me feel a bit ill. So I'm banning the word tomato from the chat. Anyone who uses it will be banned. Especially cherry tomatoes. I grew up eating some of those, and one day I was like, yeah, I would rather die. I would rather literally eat out of a garbage disposal than eat cherry tomatoes. Which is weird because I know they're good. I know in my heart of hearts that like people enjoy them and they're good. But I'll eat a tomato if I'm at a friend's house. I won't be a picky eater. If it's in a sandwich, I can definitely eat, or a burger especially. I could do that easy. If you're like, you're gonna sit here with this plate full of like 4 slices of tomatoes, I would probably like fight. Like that's a fight or flight reaction. I would fight. Nice. Yeah, this technique where I'm focusing on keeping my hand a bit more flat to the page has actually helped a lot with these so far. Fun story time with Cat. Here we go. One time when I was in middle school, I had this Game Boy I used to play out of every day. One day I stuck my Game Boy under the desk because I didn't want to give it to my teacher, and some kid stole it, and I was sad. That is so real because the exact same kind of thing happened to me. It was an iPod or an iPod Touch, and I left it in my backpack, and we hung our backpacks in the hallway, and then some kids stole it, and I knew who stole it. I'm not going to say his name. I know who it was, but he stole it, and oh my god, I was crying for like 2 days straight. My parents were like, rightfully so, I guess we can't, trust you with these things. How does that not get automodded? True, wait, what? It's rage-inducing. Okay, another story time though. In preschool, everyone got Hershey's Kisses and put them in their backpacks, and I literally went through all of them and ate all of them. Like, dude, I was macking I would like, boom, open a backpack, found it, boom. Like tossing in my mouth. I wasn't even enjoying it. I think it was the thrill. The thrill of the sport. I was stealing so much chocolate from everybody, literally ruining people's days. And I take no pride in that now. But like, why? Why was I doing that? I was a little klepto, man. It was so messed up. I have remorse for that. I feel horrible. But it's also crazy funny, I think. What happened to this Kavel, man? I was a demon when I was a little kid. I've like never had a history too of stealing or anything. That was like I think the only time my whole life I've done something like that. Wait, so you took them out of their other kids' backpacks? Yeah, because there's like little cubby space in the corner where everyone hung their backpacks, and I was just fishing out of them in preschool, man. I don't think I got in trouble for it either. Like I think I got out of that, and I didn't even like the candy that much. I'm pretty sure I did it just to be that guy. You know, that kid who like eats a Lego and then has like a medical emergency, and that becomes like school history for a while. That wasn't me, but like I'm telling. Honestly, I barely even remember if it was like preschool or something. So one time I stole something is when Target used to have Snack Shack, and I stole a Rice Krispie. I remember my sister stole like 5 Laffy Taffies from a gas station when we were on a road trip, and it became an ordeal. Like we went into the car, and my dad realized she stole it, and like made her return it, and everyone was crying, and it was a whole thing. My mom immediately scolded me when I opened the wrapper. These are formative moments, though. Like these teach us what justice, what integrity are. And then I look how I've grown up. I know. Sorry, I don't steal from water cups at McDonald's. I could though, hypothetically, and I could have gotten yelled at it for last semester. Hypothetically, this may or may not have actually happened, and this may or may not actually be conducive to if I stole Hershey's Kisses out of children's backpacks in preschool. I stole nail polish once when I was shopping with my mom. I feel like my sister did that as well. The guilt of stealing something. When was this? A week ago. Was that at least good nail polish? I was like 10. Oh, so a week ago. Is no, never mind. Some bits are not meant for stream because they aren't funny. I actually have a little journal I keep next to my desk, and it's all the bits that I want to talk about on stream. I have a ghostwriter. It's one of my roommates. About a week ago. I watched Vine compilations again just to feel something. So much of that humor did not age well. Actually, no. I'd say 20% of it. Like, I'd say Vine is actually unique, and a lot of it did age well. Sure, it's cringy, and as my friend described to me last night, it's equated to like coworker humor. But if someone does a nice little, a savvy little Vine reference in front of me, I'm gonna respect it. Now, if it's like 21, no, I'm not gonna laugh to that. But unless it's well placed. Dude, D's nuts though. D's nuts is it's worn. Exactly. Oh, never mind. Like D's nuts has stayed its welcome. That one has not. I'll take a 21 joke over D's nuts. Did you know the 21 kid is a movie producer now? That was actually a lie. Yeah, no, I lied. I wonder what he's doing though. Maybe he's a movie producer. Big play. Here, wait. What is the 21-year-old? 21 9 plus 10 9 plus doing now. 5 years ago, they're talking. Okay, that's. These are just the most Reddit comments I've ever seen ever. Me when I lie. I don't know. I felt like that was the lie of the stream. I'm gonna make a YouTube video about art, but I just lie about everything. And then my next video is gonna be like, you guys thought this. I'm waiting for like SciShow or something to make a video that's actually false. Just like, oh yeah, plate tectonics aren't actually real, or like DNA isn't real, or something like that. Germ theory's fake. And then like see how many people, or like Kurzgesagt or whatever the name is. Just to gauge the dissemination of misinformation over the internet. Some guy made a story. I do remember when did the original Brother May Have Some Oats meme come out? I feel like that one's just kind of always been. Also, I realized that music widget. Ooh, this is a cool album cover. I think the first meme that I like cried laughing to ever was probably the Potion Seller. Potion Seller has a very special place in my heart, and I will always find it funny. Potion Seller. I need you to sell me your strongest potion. You cannot handle my potions. You are too weak for them. Potion Seller. I'm going into battle, and I need your strongest potion. You cannot handle my potions. Cap, check out the YouTube video shared. Oh, okay, gotcha. Where are the kids? Oh wait, did Worth the Kids make a Potion Seller? I think. Wait. That's totally up Worth the Kids' alley. Oh shoot, I don't mean to play it. I don't think Worth Kids has a Potion Seller video, but like, why not? That is totally a Worth the Kids bit. Like, their art style already would perfectly capitalize on those characters. Because there's Wizard Beer and there's Witches on Tinder, which both pop up. Hope they're doing well right now. They released like back-to-back animations for the Big Top Burger. Actually, wait, Bear, you were gone when Big Top Burger released a new video. Oh, the apple? Are you thinking of the apple one? The like cursed apple? He's trying to convince the silly stupid adventurer to eat, and like the owl or something is like, "What are you talking about? Don't eat that." He's like, "No, I think I should." I'm not doing this line first. This one's harder to do accurately, but I feel like this one, it's talking about what I said last stream, where if I miss it, it's like going crazy style bad. So I could actually do this instead. I have the compendium of Worth Kids in my head. There was actually an animation I watched recently that I like hadn't seen yet. It was a very old one by them. I was very surprised that I hadn't seen it. Couldn't tell you what it was though, ironically. There goes my compendium. My Enchiridion of Worth Kids. Yoink. Nice. I'll use my crazy streamer money to commission Worth Kids to do the potion seller animation. I hope they're still making animations for fun, like just kind of one-off silly ones, like the Good Mythical Morning one, or the gnomes, the wall gnomes, or whatever it was. Just like kind of doing sillies. They're clearly like, working hard on expanding their own like Big Top Burger universe that you kind of saw in Wire, their Wire animation, with like the clowns versus like the classical mythical monsters, right? Like Dracula's and such. The words animating for fun seems a bit insane to me, because like animation is such an undertaking that like you gotta love that process. Wire's so great. One of the best AMVs out there, you think. Does that count as an AMV? Why does Big Top Burger sound familiar? Because we've talked about it quite a bit. It is a animation featuring two burger trucks, like fast food burger trucks, competing with both humans working and the bosses being these mythical aged creatures resembling humanoids with grand powers that are nonsensical and silly, and a cast of characters that complement how absurd the fact that these beings exist with the drudgery of a fast food service job. Great soundtrack. Wonderful 2D 3D animation. I feel like, as much as we praise Worth Kids, they do that not in a bad way. Like they do that so well, and I feel like I don't mention that. It's really easy to mess up the 3D 2D animation, but they make it work really well. I'm not sure if it's Blender that they use, but it gives Blender vibes. Like, what is it called? Grease pencil or something in Blender? Could be Maya for all I know. It's Blender? Heck yeah. Shut up, Blender. If I ever wanted to work for a company like that, I don't know what I would do, given my skill set, but I'd like to support Blender like that. Nice. Only took like 3 minutes of ghosting and talking about Worth Kids. I still need to learn Blender for this upcoming project, but that's when I start making the lesson 3, 4, and 5 stuff. I like the word blender. I need to buy a blender. I don't have a blender for my apartment. I want to get more into smoothies because I need to up my protein intake. Because I don't think I'm going to do creatine. For the past like 3 semesters, I've done creatine, which I love creatine. Especially just as long as you do it correctly and safely, right? I don't know if there's unsafe ways of doing creatine. Probably if you like dehydrate yourself or something. But like I tried creatine in the past and I did not drink enough water or have the correct diet to capitalize off of it. But like with these recent semesters, creatine has done wonders. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this semester. I think I'm going to just stick to protein. Because I need more mass rather than, water retention. And I mean, a freaking strawberry banana smoothie in the morning. How could you go wrong with that? With some oat milk, a little bit of sugar, honey. Hell yeah. Blueberries, a little bit. Actually, I'll swap out the bananas for blueberries. I don't need that much potassium. I used to do smoothies but got lazy. It's such a pain to clean. And just buy the ingredients and then they go bad and you're like, oh, frick. But I feel like that's just the most manageable way for me to consume protein. Because sure, I can have protein bars and stuff, but that like becomes a pain, especially for like protein per chewing ratio, I guess, right? It's a lot of work to go through a protein bar. And it's pricey as hell for no reason. I like banana milkshakes, just banana. I'm scared of eating too much sugar. Ah, I see. Yeah, it is a sad reality that the best tasting smoothies have tons of sugar in them. It's a sad reality that a lot of the best tasting stuff has tons of sugar in it. Yikes. Yeah, it's like the third time I've checked that, so we're probably good. It's pronounced like acai, right? Bowls. They're so good, but probably not great. The best one I ever had was when I was traveling, and it had like chias. It had everything, and it was so good. I felt like I took a health potion. It was like that instantaneously good for me. Just banana. I think banana is underrated. I mean, yeah, just I don't know. I've never had a straight banana smoothie, but I feel like it'd be a little bit bland, you know, like lacking the sweetness that I'd expect from a smoothie, which is where like blueberries or strawberries come in. I get it though. Strawberries and blueberries are never in season, and they're always so expensive compared to bananas. You get a bushel bananas for like 50 cents. The whole thing of strawberries though is like 3.42 and is only for like a quarter of the year. I had peanut butter if I do straight banana. I have not had peanut butter. Actually, I made a crazy weird smoothie at Smoothie King once because I was just like feeling like doing something silly and stupid. And even the lady was like, "You sure you don't want to change your order?" I was like, "Yep." But yeah, peanut butter, honey, banana sounds pretty good. Hell, this is weird. I would toss like some oats in there. I can't remember. It was weird. It was like chia seed, blueberry. I meant to say peanut butter, but it was like peanut butter oil or something. Um, and like I had a green in there. I can't remember what green it was. I had a veggie of sorts or something. It didn't taste horrible, but it definitely was like not good. There was protein powder in it too. It was a protein drink. It was because I was so tired of getting the same blueberry, strawberry protein smoothie. I was like, I'm changing it up. And I got a big one too. All the food groups. Yeah, I was touching all the bases. And I'm glad she called me on it. I'm glad she was like, this is weird, because if she didn't and someone else ordered that and she didn't say it was weird, I feel like I'd have like a psycho walking among us that doesn't. I'm banning anyone who says it. I'm banning anyone who says it. I'm timing anybody out who says it for like a minute. I'm watching you guys. I'm watching chat right now. I'm gonna look away. I'm gonna take a sip of water, I swear. Oh god, I timed her out for 5 minutes. Oh god, wait, no. How do we do it for a minute? Shoot. Mod action. Oh, 10 minutes. Shoot. um um there we go. Okay, fixed. I was on it. I was freaking sniping people. Hey, the clear chat worked. Look at that. It deleted all of her messages without deleting the entire chat. I blanked out. I should time you out as well, but I don't know how to set it to not be 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. Zoinks. Do it. Nah, you've earned your right to stay here with that joke. I'm sorry. For my girl cat. Too bad that joke. You're staying because of that joke. You canceled out the Among Us reference with the subtle art of adding a th where an s should be, and I just and that intelligently avoided automod, so double points. Cat is no longer timed out, by the way, so Cat, you should be able to talk. Yeah, maybe we time out Cat a little bit more. I'm not sure. You can't silence me. Okay, I timed her out again. Let her back in a bit. The cat and cab drama is crazy. I'm telling Delano. Poor Delano's just trying to focus on his art studies. Bit of an undershot, but it's okay. I like took my drink, my water, and like chugged it, but like I threw my head back and that hurt my neck, so don't do that. Just as a heads up, guys. Helping you guys out. Life hacks with Kavel. Don't throw your neck like back. Ah, drink more. My lid got stuck and I needed my other hand to open it, but it was also propping up this page. A lot was happening right there. I would like to low key the blue girl car is a baddie. Anyways, I'd like to imagine Bear and Cat's DMs is just like Kavel did X, Kavel did Y. I'll say unhinged things about Kaiman, but you won't catch me on YouTube saying anything about that car. Oh my god, what's that one girl? That one streamer. She like said what oh my god, she did that whole thing with Blide. What was it? She was like the is she like the shark VTuber? Shout out her. She has some passion. She has some passion. Wait, I snitched. Bear, have you not seen this clip? I will send it to you after stream. It's so funny. It is actually like she starts barking and howling at the end. Cause like she apparently made like very explicit Twitter posts or whatever, zeets, if you will, about Blide. And so the Blide voice actor like responded to her. And like she literally ended it with barking. It was so good. And like someone made an animation of it and it's so great. Uh, you know, I mean, she's onto something. I mean, yeah, sure. I cannot deny she is speaking facts, but she's emphatic about those, right? She's like that's what I said. She's got some passion. She's not wrong, but let's actually no, who am I to tell her let's calm down? No. She's just speaking the people's mind. I've never played Elden Ring. I need to play it. He says, who's never going to play it because he sucks at video games. I actually know I would play Elden Ring, but no one can watch me play it because I don't really get mad at Souls games. But my Discord of friends would be like, "You suck, you suck, you suck," and that would get to me. She's not afraid to bark the truth. Okay, I'm actually timing out there. Where's the button? I need to figure out how to time you guys out for like a second. It's probably available in the mod thing, but not in the dashboard overview. But it also does a clear chat. And I don't want to do clear chats for like everyone in chat. She barks the truth, dude. I'm watching that after stream. Like while I'm timestamping the video and making the thumbnail, I'm going to put that on the side. Maybe I should draw blind. What's that scene from? Is it Turning Red where she's like drawing something and then she like goes under her covers and that was like half of TikTok artists were using that when like drawing their favorite characters. Can we do a hear me out thing where we collect all of our unhinged fictional crushes? I won't do that on stream, but maybe. No, because it's gonna be like, oh, what is it? There's this one girl on TikTok who has done that. She has like a whole compilation of those. I'm trying to think of like the most absurd one that she did. Okay, this one. I'm not saying that one. Like half of them. What are they? What is it called? Like the archetype, the trope called Tumblr sexy man. Is that what it's called? Some of them were that. I had to learn what that was like a couple weeks ago. What the Tumblr sexy man was. Character from Disney. Oh no. Ooh. Yeah, like keep it to like, Hades from Hercules or something, right? Not like, yeah, that's oof. Who's that one dude from Stitch? Okay, I'm done. I can't be outing myself. Like that's too much. I'm done. I'm done with this bit. You guys can keep talking about it. I need to shut up. Timing out Bear. I'm timing out Bear. I'm cutting this all from the VOD. I'm good. It's all gone. I'm unlisting this stream and cutting it from the VOD once we're done. I know Bear's gonna like at me with the character in Discord. That's gonna be her workaround. Speaking of, let me respond to something real quick. Timeout. Guys, I promise you, if we ever make it to the point where we're doing merch, I need that water bottle. I like the water bottle I have, but it's like $20. It was like $30. It's stupid. Do you have a Disney crush? I have no comment, guys. Oh, yo. Too much. I have to think. Pull out the roster. Let me make sure I have the right character. Wait. Is that just... Oh, yeah. I'm not up to date with my Lilo and Stitch character names. Let's let's be a bit more reserved in chat. Not saying that you guys can't, but let's just dial it back a tiny bit. Hello and good night. Sleepy would say hi. What's up, James? Thank you for stopping by. You came in at a very weird time. This is not a good lie. I was trying to protect you guys. I knew Jims was going to show up, and you're doing this. Decent box. Asterian. That's not a dude. Oh wait, okay, I get it. I'm slow. I need some time. I agree. You know, I agree with that one. Oh wait, did you say? Yeah, okay. Get sleep. Go to sleep. This is not this conversation is not conducive to a good night's rest. He's that gay elf guy from Baldur's Gate. Oh my god, the album cover. Why is my... There we go. Oof. The album for this kind of bothers me. The album cover for The Outer Worlds. In my head, I was like, okay, let's change the subject. Yeah, I'll allow that because it's not like being rude or anything. But I was like, okay, guys, let's switch the subject in my head. Like, I was like, what subject should I bring up to like steer from this? And I was like, oh, the new Zootopia movie. I was like, wait, no. That'd make it so much worse. I'm trying to like think of like movies or new media that's coming. Free Ren. Let's talk about Free Ren. That's pretty neutral. Let's talk about video games. New Battlefield. I'm excited. Aren't you guys excited? You guys notorious Battlefield players? I've never been a big Battlefield guy. Or even like COD or any of that. But my friends got me to play Battlefield 1. It's a top game. It's up there. In the current state, like, support is broken. Supports weapons are broken. I battled the field. I'm gonna have to cut out so much of this VOD because of you guys. I forgot I was typing. See, I stunned you guys with like a completely like sobering, like, oh, Battlefield, who cares? You know, like topic. It's like splashing the face with water, Battlefield water. It's not even that bad. Nah. I don't play Battlefield. I bet if they added manufacturing and like systems engineering concepts to Battlefield, i.e., Satisfactory, thinking about Disney princesses. I'm trying to think of like, haha, this person's a Disney princess, but I feel like Astarion is just the perfect joke for that. Like, and we've already made that. Story writer for Denga. I've never known how to pronounce that name, Danganronpa or whatever. Came out with a new game, same art, and I want it so bad, but $50. What game is it? He's a Disney princess. That's right. Oof, wobbly, but at least, or like swaying, bowing a little bit. Take a sip of water. Actually, no, we'll do the VPs. Whoops. This will be a longer stream because we still got to grade all of these. Usually at this point in the stream, I'm not talking too much. I'm surprised I'm somewhat conversational. Man, those 7-hour streams really knocked it out of me for a bit. Like, I was somewhat dreading the smaller streams, and I gave myself a lot of crap for having shorter drawings that weren't up to that one's fidelity, but I think that's actually perfectly fine. Or, not that I give myself crap, but the fidelity. You know, I invested like a half, a third of that time in another drawing, and it turned out okay. The 100-line last defense of Academy. Ooh. Seven-hour streams. Yeah, that was during oh my gosh, promptathon. I don't know how these bigger streamers do that, man. Like, how long does a Kai Cenat stream run? Or like old Germa streams with like 7 hours of Kenshi. Dude, what? 7 hours of Kenshi? Ugh. Oops, Pin is still here. I mean, oops. Do you have remorse for the things that you have spoken? I don't know why I'm being so Protestant. Live your life. Bing bong. Went to go eat. Gotcha. Why do I always do that, VP? I'm silly. Nope. No, I don't have feelings. Interesting. You like a crustacean? Do crustaceans have feelings? Male Disney. Oh, we're doing that. Milo? Who's Milo? Oh, Atlantis. Oh. I can see it. Nemo's dad, Marlin. Oh god. Don't you dare. I feel like that weight. Oh, okay, no, okay. Wait, who are you? Bambi's dad? Dude. Dude. I'm about to ban the word hot from chat. Why am I allowing this? This is my bugbear incident. Good. Some humility. I need that. Cool, cool. I'm gonna take a sip of water and then we'll do our lips and grate them. Good one, Jibs. Oh, my mic like slowly unmuted. I'm not sure if it counted. Have a good one. What? Wait, wait, wait. When I'm looking at Automod, this is very interesting. Automod banned cat saying or like caught cat saying I'm convinced he's gay, and it's marked as bullying by saying he's gay. I know that like gay has been classically used as an insult in the past, but I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know. Like he's gay? What? No. Ah! What, dude? Cat is homophobic confirmed. I feel like Automod is getting a bit like, you know, homophone. Which stream was it? I something like I think we brought up homophobia before, and Bear just put in chat homophone with like the colon O emote. Oh my god, so good. That's one of these tricky ellipses. I drew on the side of the pin, so it made that line very thin. Automatic bit in 1984, just a tiny bit, yeah. Not true, I like gay people. Hell yeah. Shout out gay people. We're a month off, 2 months off, but shout out again. Technically, we got like 10 months off because, it already happened, but shout out. That was totally off, dude. Frick. Why are ellipses so hard? I didn't curve it that much on this end, so it looks a bit silly. It should have been closer to a full circle. Look how square that is, right? So, whoopsie daisy. What the hell just happened to my player? Weird. Hydrate, shout out. Already did. That's like when someone says, hey, do the dishes when you're already doing the dishes. Crazy work. I messed it up. That would happen at we would run out of people to like the dishwashers would like call in sick one day or something, and I was the one who protested the least sometimes. So they're like, "Hey, go get on dishes." And one of the cooks, what he would like make me food to make up for me having to be at the dishwasher for that day or like that end of day, which I'm whatever. Yeah, I'm cool to do the dishes. I'm not gonna whine too much. But he'll like pester me and he'll walk in there and be like, "Hey man, do the dishes," and we'll like throw a plate into the dirty sink. And I'm like, bro. I would look at him with such malice. But he would also no, he would also give me the speaker, and he would let me play my own music in the back because I didn't bring my own speaker. Because I'm a server, I don't do that. I don't have room for a speaker. So like he bought his ability to piss me off a little bit. Oh my god, I don't know what happened. What happened? I don't know what happened. What is the thumbnail for this one? This is some like a DeviantArt stuff. Shout out. Dude, I don't know what happened right there. I just lost all confidence. Wait for that to dry a little bit more. I'd say overall, this is a pretty good looking one, but I'm not sure if it's technically accurate, with all the minor axes lining up and everything, so we'll see. I like forgot what I was doing for a second and thought I was drawing on the wrong face again, and I was about to get like that one time, and I was about to get so upset. Alrighty. Let us. Where's my ruler at? Wait. Oh, there it is. I was using it for me drawing on the side. Let the rage flow. Maybe that's gonna get me hyped to work out tonight. I do need to get hyped. You know what? I think I will work out tonight. I just need to hype myself up. Because I got all this caffeinated energy in me, so I need to get that out of there. That's kind of the benefit. This is going to sound bad, and it kind of is. Oh yeah, pre-rolls are off, Cat, so be wary. When I work out in the mornings, it's both a good and a bad thing, because then I like go through the motions, so it makes going to work out easier, right? Because like I'm going through the motions, I don't really care. You know, like I'll show up to the gym, but I don't put like my whole thing into working out, so that's also a bad thing. Frick, I'm making Kavel rich. We're gonna donate to like a food drive or something, so you're giving food to somebody who needs it. I realized the other stream, like $50 of food, that could like help out a family so much. So while I do want my first donations to probably be to children's cancer research, $50 of food seems crazy as well. Experimenting with doing it in the afternoon recently because exercising with an empty stomach is rough. I prefer, actually no, I don't know, because like yeah, that morning energy is really good, or this like the food energy, like the like eating breakfast. But then I know some people who are like right, so heck yeah, experiment, do that thing. And yeah, Hybrid Calisthenics has an app, which I just learned. I knew they had an app originally, but I remember it being like super it was just like a redirect to the website basically. But this one seems like it helps you track your progressions and everything, and they're working really hard to improve it. Hell, if that's open source, I will actually dedicate some man hours to improving that. My parents always like see all the ink on my hands whenever I do these creating things. Like, what are you doing? Like my sister. She's in actually, I'm not going to say that. I have to like squint my eyes to be able to see the minor axis. Kavel, do you like Mater from Cars? Comedic relief. I honestly like barely remember Cars. Life is a highway. I'm gonna ride it all night long. But I don't think he's annoying. I like his character design and voice acting a lot. I feel like he carries more than Lightning McQueen in my IMHO. Like I remember more of him than Lightning McQueen in these movies, which I don't get why. He's a good. I'm not gonna call him like a foil to Lightning McQueen, but grounds him, you know. Good partner. Like McQueen's all serious and stuff about racing. A bit of humility, I guess. I also don't remember anything about the Cars franchise. I just remember the intro scene. Because like when I was a kid, I would watch it and immediately fall asleep after that. Like I don't remember what the big bad is. Sadly, Cat, that is not how -2s work. Like I think he just like get disqualified and he goes to like that town or something, or like get stranded in that town. Pixar movies to sleep to. Yeah, I'm not necessarily calling it a sleeper, but definitely, you know, as a kid, I remember. I don't know why I felt like this is the best sleep I ever got in my life. My parents were on a road trip and I was watching one of the OG Scooby-Doo Episodes where it's like there's a derby race and there's a giant sandworm. Thinking about rewatching Cars. Heck yeah. I saw some Cars 2 arguments happening in general. Cars 2 is definitely like a of the Pixar classics. Cars 2 is Pixar, right? My ruler is all stained with small pen stains and all the grading. Maybe it's the type of pens I use. Yeah, I feel like a ballpoint because these are like technical drafting pens, so it smears a lot. So I always make sure I clean them on my hand and stuff. Smearing this ink was a big issue during the 250. So like, just gently rubbing my hand or like a paper towel over it, and then like especially for ballpoints, just like brushing the edge of it off on my hand, so it doesn't smear onto the page. Definitely a very helpful technique for ensuring that your lines are somewhat clean. And I also try to like place them in a way that similar colors don't overlap too much. This one's fine because it's kind of obvious that these red lines aren't the same one. Happy grader, happy life, right? Not necessarily that the prettier guideline, your correction lines look, the better of a critique you'll get. Not necessarily. But it'll just make their lives easier. And if you're, doing community critique, which is free, the easier we can make our graders' lives, the better. And I mean, just in general for official critique, right? They do a lot of work to help us out, so. Scooby-Doo, I love the style as well. Both the, like OG animations and the, what was that one? It was like kind of like a series, well, as all things are, but it had like the OG Mystery Gang and then the new one and like multiversal and stuff. We're not doing this again. And my red pen leaks the most, so we're getting a lot of that on my hand. I keep sitting on like a tendon on my leg, and it really hurts. I feel like I'm gonna get a cramp, and you're gonna see me go like and like spill, like get ink everywhere. What happened with this line? I must have whined about it a lot because it's not that good. You guys watch Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated? Is that the one that I was just talking about, where there's like the like literal multiverse stuff at the end, where like timeline? Oh, the spoilers. Never mind. I'm not gonna say finish that sentence. I loved that series. I loved really a lot of the episodes. I watch anything during Cartoon Network, or I watched anything. It was notably great. Life is I have it stuck in my head. I wanna ride it all night long. I still have a tendency to do my minor axis at the diagonal, which is just, come on, it's such a bad habit. I'm trying my best to avoid it, but get some more mindfulness and intention will help me there. Favorite Pixar movie, everybody? I feel like I would need a list. That's a bit of an unfair one. Did Pixar do Coco? I really like Coco. I wouldn't say it's the best, because nostalgia factor is big for me in the earlier ones. Coco gets a shout out though. Coco made me cry. I used to have a Scooby-Doo game for my GameCube. I feel like Germa played that. Not to like just try to insert Germa into everything, but I feel like he played some Scooby-Doo game that was like very, very old, and he like crashed out from it. That's so hard. I think Sam Does Arts made a wonderful video talking about the bean mouth syndrome of recent Pixar movies. Like Eno or whatever the newest one is. I can't remember the name of it. That kind of just flopped in perspective of like Turning Red or Luca. I didn't watch Turning Red, and I watched part of Luca when I was on a plane, and it was because I was like in the middle of sleeping and waking up, and some kid was like watching it on the seat in front of me, so I was just like in and out of sleep, slightly watching the movie, and it had like English subtitles. Either Ratatouille. Ooh, Ratatouille is a good pick. I saw some disliking of the Incredibles too. I loved it. I felt the same way I felt with the first Incredibles. Like to quote Ratatouille, I had the reviewer like Ratatouille when he eats it and like flashback scene to when I watch. Guilty pleasure is Bolt. Oh my god, Bolt, dude! I could not tell you the plot of Bolt because I'm not sure that I feel like this happened to a lot of kids. I'm not sure if it happened to you. I thought Bolt actually had superpowers and he lost them, not that he didn't have superpowers to begin with. Knights of 100 Frights. I was so scared. I love it. But yeah, for like a while, can we take a moment to acknowledge the movie that made 1,000 Furries, Alpha and Omega? Who made Alpha and Omega? That was like the same time frame as Bolt, and oh my god, that movie. Who made this? Unreal, unreal. There were more Alpha and Omegas. Wait, there wasn't just one. I think the first watch I thought that, but then I got emotional as a kid, and then I saw the Stunt Dog Revolt. I did not watch that. Alpha and Omega, 3.7 stars, probably. If you watch this movie ever, Bear, you'll be like, oh, it's like this caused furries. For like Gen Z. Loving the guitar in this. Yeah, franchise hurts me. I did not know it was a franchise. Here, wait. This is not censoring you, Cat. This is just me. Wait, no, this makes it look like this bit isn't going the way I thought it was. I was hoping this would make it look like, censoring the word franchise because I hate the word franchise, but it looks like I'm just censoring the word French. The style makes me iffy, to be honest. Unalive. I'm not, like I said, I'm not critiquing you. I'm critiquing the word franchise. Because I don't like franchises. Or, when the modern franchise, the modern notion of 100 more years, which I think is well founded. There's recently a movie that it's coming out and it's like number 2. It's the second one. I'm like, stop. Balto? Oh no. Bear. No, don't do it. I feel like this was on that one TikTokers that we were just talking about. Maybe it's the predecessor of Alpha and Omega. The the girl whose TikTok I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure she mentioned Balto. And people in the comments were like, that's a dog? Oh, nah. Yeah. Okay, thank God. Yeah, I feel like Balto was somewhat pivotal for that. As memeing the previous ones. Gotcha, gotcha. There's sequels? Dude, I need to get with the times. Oi! Dude, what is going on? What's going on? What the? Okay, whatever. Sequels for the cartoon, for every cartoon movie, true. There's 3, I can assure that. Iron Giant. I don't think there can be. My pen keeps like skipping right here and creating this icky, but you're 160p probably, so it's probably probably not able to. Sorry to call you out, Bear. That's for the best, honestly. I was gonna say, there's can't really do that one again. I'm not 180p actually. I choked doing that voice, so the joke was on me. I deserve that. Would you guys go to space if given the opportunity? Like modern day space shuttle, you don't have any more assurance that it would be safe other than like, today's technological standards and it wouldn't you don't have to be up there for a while. You could do a spacewalk or yeah, you have to do a spacewalk. That's the only thing. It'll be supervised, you'll have like a crew with you. Would you do it? Paid for, funded by Jeffrey Bezos. Am I high? VP. 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 Yeah, okay. That's gonna be blue screen. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, it's tough because Murphy's Law, right? But never mind, I don't want it. Too bad. We're sending you up there, Bear. Pack your bags. I think there's more to explore here. Oh yeah, sure. We got the beautiful forests with thousands of unexplored, undefined species. We have the ocean, which we've barely even mapped out because it's so harsh compared to space itself. But I'm not talking about exploring. I'm just talking about a quick visit. Because I mean, yeah, there's the feeling that the reported feeling that every person who goes into space has this like moment of unity where they recognize how small and fragile and beautiful the earth is, and it humbles them. I would do it. Very brave. Because it's not to question the intelligence or capabilities of the thousands of brilliant scientists that pour their hearts into space travel and stuff. Oh God, sorry, I messed that up. But it's to call into question the wicked problems of space, the things that we could never predict, the inherent danger associated with it. Right, all the science and engineering you want, you're not eliminating all of that. True. Would you do it if you had a buddy, a space buddy? What if we send you up there with like one of the dogs? I think I'd like to reach. No, it can only be you, Bear. We're never sending another human up there, or like in this trip. We just we accidentally like forgot we had a space shuttle that's in perfect working order, and there's like a disease that stops researchers from going, but you can go, and no one else. Actually, there's a disease that stops the crew and you from going. It's a very specific disease. Yeah, what if we send you up there with the dog though? Like one of the space dogs? Like what's the dog's name? Zlatko or something? Zlatka? No. Drawing in space. You're gonna use one of NASA's $1 billion pins? What are they called? $1 million pins? Isn't the truth behind that is like NASA spends millions of dollars to invent a pin to draw in space because they were and everyone's like, oh wow, they wasted so much money, but like the reason is they were scared of the graphite making flames and igniting things. I don't want that. You don't want one of the space dogs? What about one of the space monkeys? Oh, wait, this cylinder's kind of going crazy. What? Okay. I'm concerned about that dog. Don't worry, it'll have a good set. Actually, no, I'm not sure. Given the history of dogs in space. Oh god, my friend messaged me something super funny. I'm watching that Blade. Don't let me not watch that Blade thing after the stream. It's so funny to me. Sorry to bring it back up. Does NASA even do tests on animals in space? All I know, I'm not sure if they modern do that. I'd have to like Google that, but I have seen the video from like 2011 or something where they have frogs in space, and then they're just freaking out. Poor little frogs. To see how like they orient themselves in space. They probably, I mean, they're doing the plant stuff all the time, right? Probably like microorganisms, seeing how they react to both space radiation and they stay alive. Sitting in the YouTube. Thank you so much, Bear. That's a mandatory watch for me. The frogs or the streamer? Because I mean both. Poor frog. I feel bad for them, but at the same time, like it is very wacky, silly. I just saw her tweet. Yeah, right. it's it's crazy. It's hard on the pay. It's a lot. Very explicit. Is she wrong? I don't know. But yeah, she did say that. This pen is dying. I learned anatomy while I was in space. If I was ever going to like Mars, I'd like go to Oda and be like, "Hey, give me the rest of the One Piece to read while I'm up there. I won't tell anyone." I'm now taking back a lot of things that I've said in this stream and reflecting. Wow, there's just this hole in the center. I regret nothing. Bear is too soft. You haven't seen the tweet we're talking about. Plus, you weren't commenting on Blide, so. Gives the same vibes as Logoshi's English voice actor reading some of the tweets. Not the same context, but the same vibes. Cool. Successful cylinders. Let's label these. Oh, geez. Let me go into my archive just to double check that we have the right number. $217, $220. Yep. So this is going to be 221 through 225. It's giving Hyperlight vibes. Just gonna. Do I screenshot this? You know, like. Yeah, that's the tweet that she sent out. Not Bear, the person, the streamer that we're talking about. Are you being held captive? Since this, I'm gonna cut that out of the VOD because kids may watch this stream. Yeah, I'm gonna delete that. Just, it's a bit explicit, a little bit. I'm gonna delete it, cut it from the VOD. But yeah. Tis a messenger pigeon. True. This is not Bear Mug speaking. This is whatever the streamer's name. I still don't know her name. Anyways, review time. So, pretty good. We're still, like I said, still falling for the diagonal, being influenced a little bit. It's still looking pretty consistent, all things considered. This one really went for the diagonal. These weren't as bad. In fact, it was kind of opposing diagonal. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, no. So we're fighting, and I think these are, we'll improve as we go along. I like the little save I did over here. It's technically inaccurate because I just didn't stretch the top ellipse enough, and the minor axes definitely aren't. Actually, yeah, I feel like the minor axis should be more this way. Anyways, in the one I did in red, we're still doing okay. I just need confidence. So yeah, your message got deleted. Cool. So, with that being said, everyone, this completes the 225th cylinder in the last, the 225th page. I think that's like the 45th page. But yeah, good stuff. So once again, thank you everybody for joining me tonight. Thank you very much. Cat Bear, we had Delano in here earlier. Pin over on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Pin. Jims, Rise. I think that was everybody. I'm so sorry, P. I'll just delete the whole lot. It's fine. Yeah. So once again, thank you all very much for joining me tonight. Wow. And I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Oh wait, no. Is tomorrow Thursday? My sister kept convincing me that tomorrow's Thursday or like something like that. It's Tuesday. So yeah, we'll be streaming tomorrow. We won't be streaming Thursday probably. So once again, thank you all. And I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. I forgot that this was broken. So once again, it would be really funny if I ended the stream